Hi, I'm Kendra Krebs with Art Impressions Rubber Stamps, and this is Tip of the Day brought to you by Scrapbook Expo. So today we're going to work on something that I really love. It's our watercolor wreath. So I just need 3 different stamps from our watercolor sets here. These are our foundational sets. These are the starting 2 sets that you need. So first of all, I'm going to use the little vine here. And then I'm also going to use our little foxglove and our daisy bunch, okay? This is really, really simple, but there is kind of a technique to this that I like to showcase because it helps you get a really even circle. So I'm going to go ahead and use my little vine, and I'm coloring with number 15 olive green, okay? I'm just going to color just the very tip of that stamp. I'm going to do this in quadrants. So what you do in 1 quarter, you do in all quarters, just until we get the basic shape of that wreath. So go ahead and re-ink. And I don't know if you can see, but we want to make sure that we are coloring only 1 time per about 5 impressions. So you want to stamp, 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 and then recolor. You want to be sure not to start on the same quadrant because you don't want all of these to be dark in one area. So I'm just going to keep coloring here and stamping. So what I do to 1 quadrant, I'm doing to all quadrants. And you can see I'm starting to get this little circle shape. Just all around. There's my center, and then keep going. Once you start getting that shape, you can start to kind of come out a little bit further and really extend out that wreath. And I'm just swirling my paper. I'm not trying to stamp all around with my arm. I'm turning my paper so that it's kind of like a lazy Susan. So if you have a lazy Susan at home, this is one really good use for that. So now you can see I'm just starting to stamp all around and get that little circle shape. Okay, so now I've got my basic wreath shape here. I'm going to go ahead and add some flowers. So I'm using my daisy bunch now. Now I just want to use that very small cluster on the side of the daisy bunch because I want a little bit more control here. Same thing, stamp several times before re-inking because we want that light and dark value, which is very traditional of any painting that you see, and it's not traditional stamping. So nobody's going to know that you've stamped this and not hand painted it. Well, you've hand painted it too, but they won't know that you use stamps first. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep going around here. People ask me if I hand painted their cards, and I always say yes, but you don't have to say that you stamped it, and you'll never be able to tell. Going around in here, and this is a really, really cute Christmas card as well. I have made these for Christmas cards before in the past, and people just love them. So just going around wherever you want to, this little wreath, and I can always add more in later, okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and take my magenta and my little foxglove here. So I'm going to just start stamping in my foxglove however you want to. And this is pink. This is a really cute pink. So if I have a suggestion, it would be to use colors that mix really well together. So like an orange and a yellow, or a red and a pink, or purple and pink, or blue and purple. Something that really blends well together because it just looks more cohesive that way. So if you're gonna mix like a green and a bright red, you might get a little bit of a brownish muddy color, which actually can be very beautiful. But for these, I would always suggest to kind of stick with colors that you know mix well. So you can see in earlier classes, we teach that you're going to stamp and then add water right away. So for this one, we're actually going to add water at the end, okay? So we've got our basic shape wreath here. Now I'm going to go ahead and add water to that wreath. And if I want to add stuff later, I absolutely can. Okay, so I'm going to start with just my purples first, and I'm dabbing. So you want to keep your hand on the table. That's going to prevent you from poking. So you want to dip your brush in the water, grab the water, and rest your hand and start dabbing. We want to go up and down in a dabbing motion. Okay, and I'm just hitting all of the purple flowers at once so that I'm not mixing pinks and purples too much at this point. If I want to mix some later, I absolutely can do that too. So I'm just going to go around and go ahead and touch all of my purple flowers. And I may miss a couple in the first round, but I'm sure to grab them when I do my pinks. So keep going until you're satisfied that you've gotten most of those flowers, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and grab our greens. So the greens, same thing. I'm just going to go around and watch where my greens are, and I'm going to touch that green with the water all around. And it doesn't have to be perfect. This is such a fun project because nature is nature, and it is not perfect, and it is not symmetrical. So if yours is a little bit off, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Just keep going and just say, that's how it grew, right? That is how your garden grew. So that's what I always tell myself. I'm kind of a recovering perfectionist. So I like to do this project because it lets me kind of get away from that perfectionism and just be free with my art. So I'm going to keep going here, almost done with the green. Just like that. Now I'm going to come in and do my pink. So this is really going to pop. This is my favorite part. And I actually wait till the end to do the pink because it is my favorite and it's so bright and fun. And it's just, I'm just like a little kid at a candy store. Just excited. So just going to keep coming in here and touching those pinks. And we are almost finished. When I do these, I will usually add like a little bow on the bottom of the wreath. You can easily cut this out with a die cut machine, a nice circle, put a little bow on it. It's a perfect card for all occasions. You can change the colors and do a Christmas color theme. I've done a little heart over here. You can do different shapes. You can see that Art Impressions is not just floral wreaths, although they're beautiful. We also do other things like flower carts. You can do a little house. We've got a ton of options, and as most of you know who follow us, there's something for everyone, isn't there? So that's basically it, and the most important part of your art is to sign your work. So never forget, I use the Marvie LaPlume detailed tip to sign mine, and I'll just come in here, sign it and date it, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.